as an immigrant and a refugee, I certainly find this election deeply offensive, and I know many of you do too.
On top of that, I think all of us would agree this election was particularly hard. There was a lot of rhetoric, and there were a lot of groups targeted. And so I think all of that makes it a very hard cycle, especially with our values.
So look, it was a shock to all of us, the results of the election. It was a fair and democratic process, and we honor that. But at the same time, it showed an incredible level of division among Americans, and that's something that gives us pause and focuses on how did we misunderstand that? What can we do to reach out to people whose perspective we have a hard time understanding? But it's not just a challenge for America. It's a challenge that goes well beyond America. The implications for the rest of the world are vast, and the echoes around the world are significant. This is not the first sign we've seen of this rising tide of nationalism, populism, and concern.
For what it's worth, I've been a very long time Hillary supporter. But as Kent said, the most important thing is I very much respect the outcome of the democratic process, and who any one of us voted for is really not the point, because the values that are held dear at this company transcend politics. I was at home with friends and family watching the election returns. And as we started to see the direction of the voting, I reached out to someone close to me who was at the Javits Center where the big celebration was supposed to occur in New York City, somebody who'd been working on the campaign. And I just sent him a note and said, are you okay? It looks like it's going the wrong way. And I got back a very sad, short text that read, people are leaving, staff is crying, we're gonna lose. That was the first moment I really felt like we were gonna lose. And it was this massive kick in the gut that we were gonna lose. And it was really painful. And I suggested that what we all need right now is a hug. So everybody, if you could turn around or go to the person next to you and do a hug. It works.
And just like with Brexit, I'm seeing Googlers who are full of fear. They're full of fear about the future. They're full of fear about what the uncertainty means for them and their families. The second question is around internal mobility. Can I move to Canada? Diversity also means diversity of opinion and political persuasion, and we value and welcome perspectives from all sides of the political spectrum. So I have heard from some conservative Googlers lately in the past few days that they haven't felt entirely comfortable revealing who they are when these conversations come up at work. And so I believe we need to do better. We need to be tolerant, inclusive, try to understand each other in this area.
Speaking to white men, there's an opportunity for you right now to understand your privilege in the society. Take the opportunity to go through the bias-busting training, read about privilege, read about the real history of oppression in our country, and tomorrow night, watch 13th, the movie that is here. If you can't watch it here, watch it on Netflix. Discuss the issues you are passionate about during Thanksgiving dinner, and don't back down and laugh it off when you hear the voice of oppression speak through metaphors, and I promise to do this.